Fox News alert because we are on verdict watch in the trial of Colorado theater shooter James Holmes. Jurors have already convicted him of murder, as you know, for the shooting 3 years ago that left 12 people dead and 70 others injured. Well, now the jury mulling its final decision, with Holmes' life hanging in the balance.
For James Egan Holmes, justice is death.
The deaths of all of those people cannot be answered by another death. Please, no more death.
Let's bring in Jonna Spilbor, former prosecutor and defense attorney, and Dan Schorr, former prosecutor as well. All right, so we already know in Colorado they have this unique setup for the death penalty. Phase 1, Phase 2, Phase 3. Last week during this show, the jury unanimously pushed it on to Phase 3, meaning life without parole, but a lot of people said this looks like they might go with the death penalty. What do you think, Dan?
I think they're going to end up with a death penalty because it's such an egregious, horrific crime. It was planned out meticulously. And the mitigating factors the defense put forward, such as mental illness, the lack of a criminal record, that was never very persuasive. So it seems like the jury is going for the death penalty. They were very quick to convict, and they were very quick to move it on to the death penalty phase. However, it only takes one juror to stop the death penalty, so you never know what one solitary juror is going to do.
All right, now I just want to update everyone because the jury has requested a TV and a DVD player. Apparently, the judge will allow them that, as well as apparently 50 minutes to watch a video that they wanted to see, Jonna. They wanted to see the scene of the dead people. The judge, or the defense, said it was too graphic. The judge has overruled that.
If we're reading the tea leaves on that one, I suspect that this is an indication that the jury is leaning toward the death penalty, or perhaps, as Dan mentioned, there might be one holdout. And in order to get them over the hurdle, hey, look at the carnage of this crime that this person committed. And let's not forget, I mean, technically, he's got a 2 out of 3 chance of not getting death, because if they don't come back unanimously, or if they vote to let him live, he doesn't get the death penalty. But when you look at the circumstances of this crime and how the jury's already said the aggravating circumstances outweigh the mitigating factors, I think we're leaning toward the death penalty.
So if you're watching this closely, the mitigating factors were that he was mentally ill, right?
And he had no criminal record.
And he had no criminal record. So if they've already gone past that, they certainly have already talked about the gruesome nature of the crime, right?
Right. What they decided in the earlier phase was that the mitigating factors weren't enough to overwhelm the aggravating factors, the mass killing, the horrific nature of it, in order to stop the death penalty. They haven't officially voted for the death penalty, but it certainly seems like they're going in that direction.
Right.
So would you agree that this would be something that would be new for Colorado? Because I think they only have 3 people on death row right now, maybe only 2. And the governor of that state has said that during his time, he will not put anyone to death.
Yeah, absolutely. But this jury is facing something that no jury rarely faces with this kind of carnage. And I wouldn't want the defense attorney's job in this case, but she did the one thing that she needed to do, and that's, I'm going to humanize this client. I'm going to say that he's not the guy who pulled the trigger. He's somebody's son, ladies and gentlemen of the jury. That could be what's holding up this show, I think.
All right. We did hear from his parents and his sister during Phase 2. Of course, Phase 3 was the victims and the victims' families. We will see how this plays out. Could be breaking any moment. Thank you.
Thanks.